Hello, my friends. Amy Esther here, and in today's video, I want to share with you my endometriosis story. I have multiple chronic illnesses. If you've been here before, you know that. I have the links in the description below for all the videos about my specific chronic illnesses. I've got a lot of them, and I make videos here on YouTube about life with chronic illness, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my videos if you want to live an amazing life while living chronically ill. One of those things is endometriosis, so let's talk about it. My endometriosis story starts back when I first started having periods forever ago. Also, we're going to go through all the details. So if this makes you uncomfortable, I assume if you clicked on this video and you know what endometriosis is, then you probably know that there's going to be some TMI here. We're going to talk about periods, okay? If it makes you uncomfortable, you may want to click off. And just so you know, I'm not going to go into the details about what endometriosis is. However, I do have a video on that, so I will link it down below. So if you want to know more about what it is and the symptoms and all of that, that video is for you. But today's just my story. So going back in time, I don't even remember when I started my periods. I don't know. I was a teenager. And I remember starting them and they seemed normal. And then every year they just got worse and worse and worse. And it seemed like every month it was just like a little bit worse than the last month. And by the time I was 18, I remember thinking, this is not normal. I would see friends at school who would be at school when they were on their period. And I was like, how is that even possible? I'm in so much pain. I'm curled up in a ball. It's, again, too much information, but so heavy that I would go through a tampon and a pad every hour, both of them. I'd have to switch every single hour. I felt like I couldn't leave my house because I had to be in a steaming hot bath or wrapped in a heat pad, and I would be crying like the first whole day in pain. Like not even emotional from my like PMS. Just I was in so much pain that I would just be on the floor crying. And I just figured out that's not normal after a while. I thought I was just a baby at first, and then I realized, no, okay, something is going on here. So I went to my doctor, to an OBGYN. I think that might have been one of the first times I'd gone to an OBGYN. And she told me, likely you have endometriosis. She explained to me what it was, and then she said, we can remove it with a laparoscopic surgery. However, it will probably come back, and then you'll just have to get surgery again. So she said, how about we just deal with the symptoms and then wait till you're ready to have kids? And once you're ready to have kids, then we will do the surgery. So that was the plan. And to treat it, as you can probably guess, they gave me birth control. And that was the worst thing for me. My periods actually got worse on birth control. I also have PCOS, which again was supposed to be better with birth control. I don't know, maybe the combination of both. Maybe my body's messed up, as we all know, but my periods got worse. I remember the first time I was on birth control, I did a 3-month birth control where you only have a period every 3 months, and I thought I was gonna die. Like that was the worst period I've ever had. And then I tried a different one that was just a month-to-month one. Still didn't work. I've tried the Depo-Provera shot. I've tried pretty much a lot of hormone ones, and they were all awful. And I decided that was not for me. So I decided to get off that. I also felt really depressed and awful, and it was just not worth it. So I thought, I'm going to deal with once a month being in a lot of pain. And my cycles were a little bit longer than normal. Mine were like 35 to 40 days apart. And so I did have a little bit more time than, average, I would say. But it was better than just feeling miserable all the time from the birth control and then still having bad periods. Like, what's the point? So decided to get off it and just treat things naturally. And by treat, I mean I did nothing for a while. And then when I actually moved to China when I was 20, maybe, I moved to China and taught English for a while. And I had the worst period. I remember once I was teaching English. Nobody in the school spoke English. There was one English teacher there, but she didn't speak fluently. Like she could kind of understand what we were saying, but not fully. And I had one other American friend who didn't speak Chinese. And I was curled up in a ball on that floor in a Chinese classroom crying. And they tried to take me to the hospital because they're like, she's dying. It looked like I was dying. And it was really embarrassing when I finally got them to understand that I was on my period, then I'm sure they just like rolled their eyes and like, are you serious? Because that's how it felt all the time. But I was seriously in so much pain that I couldn't get off the floor. I was curled up in a ball. It was really sad. Anyway, so that one was really bad. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like I should do something about this. And kind of not just the period, but also just health wise, I just decided to take better care of my health. And while I was living in China, I started eating a lot healthier, eating a lot more vegetables. I was walking a ton. I was a little bit more active. Actually, I was a lot more active than I was before. And I ended up losing a little bit of weight while I was there. And every month I was there, my periods got just a little bit better, which was really nice. Now, I wouldn't say that they were like normal, and definitely didn't like cure my endometriosis, but I do think that eating healthy and being a little bit more active helped overall. Now, I do also have PCOS, so it could be that it helped that, and I don't know really what was helping, but I do think that it helped at least a little bit. And then I got married and I started getting really sick with other symptoms all over my body. If you've heard my story before, you know all the things. I had symptoms everywhere: gut issues, muscle aches, fatigue, migraine, just all the things. And I had been trying for a year and a half to figure out what was wrong with me. Maybe not a year and a half, a year? Ugh, I don't remember at this point. It'd been a long time trying to figure out what's wrong with me. And someone recommended, hey, if you think you have endometriosis, I wonder if endometriosis could be growing on your digestive tract or causing some of these other symptoms. And so we decided to get it removed at that point, and we had a laparoscopic surgery. I guess I should mention that it never was confirmed I had endometriosis until this surgery. And then at the surgery, yes, it was confirmed I did have endometriosis as we suspected, and he removed it laparoscopically. He told me that it would probably come back, which was a little frustrating, but I thought, you know what, we're going to try it. Now, it didn't help any of my other symptoms, but I was very excited for my first period to happen after that. And it was still super painful. I talked about this in my PCOS video, but I had an ovarian cyst rupture and ended up having one rupture almost every single month after that until I got pregnant with my daughter. So, didn't really help that much. Instead of having pain everywhere with my endometriosis, once that was removed, I only had pain in one specific spot when I would rupture a cyst. And so it was better, I would say. And then I did end up getting pregnant about a year later. Actually, I lied. I got pregnant like 6 months later, and that one ended in a miscarriage. And then I got pregnant with my daughter after some fertility stuff and all the other stuff going on in my life. I got pregnant with my daughter, and I will be doing an update soon about how it's been since I have had kids. I've now had 2 kids, and things have changed. I really think they have. So I will be doing an update really soon. Make sure you subscribe to see when that update comes out about what happens after you have kids and you have endometriosis. At least my story with it. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have endometriosis, let me know below your story. What happened for you? How did you get diagnosed? What were your symptoms? And how do you deal with it? Or just pick one of those. You don't have to tell me everything. You know me. I tell you everything, and I think everyone should tell me everything, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, that's it. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. I'll see you in my next video.